Hello everyone, welcome to the Biology Funda. In today's video, we are going to learn about Kingdom Monera. As we know that there are 5 types of kingdom proposed by R.H. Whitaker in 1969. These kingdoms are Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. In this video, we are going to focus only on Kingdom Monera. Organisms in Kingdom Monera are distinguished from other organisms based on certain characteristics like body organization, cell structure, and cell wall. The body organization is cellular. Organisms in this kingdom are unicellular, that means they are made up of only one type of cell. The cell structure is prokaryotic, that means they do not have a well defined nucleus. The cell wall is non cellulosic. It is made up of polysaccharide and amino acid. Such characteristics are found in bacteria. So bacteria are the sole member of this kingdom. If you look at the cell size, it is microscopic. You cannot see them with your naked eyes. But if you are culturing bacteria in the laboratory, the colonies on the petri dish are clearly visible. So where do you find bacteria? Bacteria are found everywhere. They are present in soil, water, air, or even in extreme habitat like desert, snow, hot spring, deep ocean. Since they are found everywhere on earth, they are termed as cosmopolitan. Many of them live in or on other organisms as parasite. Example Salmonella. Bacteria are categorized into 4 types based on their size. If they are spherical, they are termed as cocci or Singuloformis coccus. If they are rod shaped, they are called as bacilli, the singular form is bacillus. If they are spiral shaped, they are called as spiralia, the singular form is spiralium. If they are comma shaped, they are termed as vibrio, the singular form is vibrium. When you compare all these 4 bacteria, cocci are only bacteria that are non-motile. Now, if you look at the picture on the screen, you will find that bacilla has spores. So, bacilla are the only bacteria with spores. You will also find flagellum in Spiralia. The structure of bacteria is very complex, but the behavior is the structure of bacteria is very simple, but the behavior is very complex. This is because bacteria shows the most extensive metabolic diversity. It means that the organism can utilize a wide range of substances for energy and perform various biochemical processes. Based on their mode of nutrition, bacteria are classified into 2 types, autotrophic or heterotrophic. Autotrophic bacteria are those bacteria which can prepare their own food, while heterotrophic bacteria are those which cannot prepare their own food, they are depending on others for their food. Autotrophic bacteria are classified into photosynthetic autotrophs and chemosynthetic autotrophs. Photosynthetic autotrophs prepare their own food using sunlight. Chemosynthetic autotrophs produce their own food using energy derived from the chemical reaction involving inorganic substances rather than sunlight. Heterotrophic bacteria can be parasitic or saprophytic. Parasitic are those bacteria which are dependent on other organisms for their food, whereas saprophytic are those which are dependent on dead and decaying matter for their food. Monera are further classified into 2 types, Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. Let's learn about Archaebacteria. Archaebacteria are very special bacteria because they live in some of the most harsh habitat. If you find Archaebacteria in extreme salty areas, they are called as halophiles. The word halophile derived from halos and philos. Halo means salt, philos means living, so they are salt loving. If you find bacteria in hot spring, they are termed as thermoacidophiles. Hot springs are area with high temperature and low pH. While if you find bacteria in marshy area, they are referred as methanogens. The methanogens are bacteria which are present in the gut of several ruminants such as cows and buffalo. They help in the digestion of cellulose, which is a very major component of plant that they consume. They are also present in the dung of this animal. The dung is used for production of biogas. So methanogens, the term derived from methane. So they are producer of methane. In the biogas, they produce methane, which is a very important component in the biogas. Now, why do you think or how do you think Archaebacteria survive in extreme condition? So the answer is they have a rigid cell wall which help them to survive in extreme condition. Let's move forward to eubacteria. Eubacteria are termed as true bacteria. They are categorized by the presence of a rigid cell wall which is made up of peptidoglycan. Now, if eubacteria are motile, they have a flagellum for the movement. Under this, we have photosynthetic autotrophic bacteria. The example is cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria is referred to as blue-green algae. Now, why do you think cyanobacteria, despite of being a bacteria termed as blue-green algae, the reason is they have photosynthetic pigment called chlorophyll chlorophyll A and phycocyanin. Now, chlorophyll A is green in color, which is similar to the pigment present in green plants, and phycocyanin is blue in color. Because of the presence of this pigment, the bacteria appear like a blue-green algae. This pigment help in the photosynthesis. These bacteria are unicellular, colonial, or filamentous. They are present in aquatic as well as terrestrial habitat. If they are aquatic, they can be freshwater also or marine. If they are present, if they are colonies, they are generally surrounded by a gelatinous shape. If they are in a filamentous shape, they have mucilaginous sheath instead of gelatinous sheath. As you can see in the picture given on the screen, we have a filamentous blue-green algae called nostoc. The mucilaginous sheath is clearly visible. Now, what is the function of this gelatinous sheath or mucilaginous sheath? The role is same for both of them. They aid in protection and also they facilitate mu- uh, different movements of substance in and out of the cell. They These bacteria often form blooms in a polluted water body. Blooms are the layers that you find on the water body. So if you find a blue green layer on any water body like pond, that is cyanobacteria. The some of these bacteria, they have a specialized cells called heterocyst. So what is the function of heterocyst? Heterocyst fix atmospheric nitrogen. Example of such organism which have heterocysts are Nostoc and Anabaena. Nostoc is a filamentous blue-green algae, while Anabaena is a colonial blue-green algae. Next, we have chemosynthetic autotrophic bacteria. Now, these bacteria oxidize various inorganic substances such as nitrate, nitrite, and ammonia. After oxidation, they release the energy which is used for production of ATP. They also play a role in recycling nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, iron, and sulfur. Lastly, we have heterotrophic bacteria, which are most abundant in nature. Majority of them are decomposer. They also play a role in human affairs. They are useful as well as harmful. In terms of useful, some of them they are helpful in making curd from milk. Now, there are some bacteria present in the curd. The bacteria are termed as lactobacilli. When the curd is added to the milk, the bacteria present in the curd partially digest the proteins of the milk and produce acid and coagulates the milk, which converts the milk into occurred. There are some bacteria which also produces antibiotic, example Streptomyces. Some of them fix nitrogen in legume root, example Rhizobium. Now, some of the bacteria are pathogen, that means they cause diseases and they cause damage to the human beings, crop, farm animals, and pet. Examples are examples of diseases caused by animal in examples of diseases caused in animal are cholera, typhoid, and tetanus. Citrus canker is a plant disease caused by bacteria. Next, we have reproduction in bacteria. Reproduction in bacteria takes place asexually as well as sexually. Asexual reproduction takes place through fusion. Now, sometimes under unfavorable conditions, some of the bacteria produce spores. These some of the bacteria are none other than bacillus. As I told you earlier, that bacilli produce spores. So, bacilli produce spores under unfavorable condition. Now, reproduction in bacteria also takes place sexually, but it is not true sexual reproduction because the gametes are not present in the bacteria. So it is a sort of sexual reproduction wherein the DNA get transferred from one bacterium to another, as you can see in the picture. Now the DNA transfer takes place by three ways. First is transformation, second is transduction, and third is conjugation. Lastly, we have microplasma. Mycoplasma are called, they are referred as pleuropneumonia like organism. Now they are very special because they are the smallest living cell. Their range is 0.1 to 0.3 micrometer in size. They are organism that lacks a cell wall. They can survive without oxygen, and many of them are pathogenic in animals as well as plants. So that's the end of the video. If you have made till here, please like and share this video, and do not forget to subscribe our channel. You can also follow us on Instagram. The link of our Instagram page is given in the description, and also it is there in the profile. Thank you so much. Dev Bare Karu.